what we call gateway thoughts are the very first tiny negative thought you notice. And the reason we call them gateway thoughts is because it's never just one. It's never just one negative thought if you don't catch it. So one negative thought always leads to another and another. And that's how, and because they're accompanied then by stress chemicals, of course, that momentum picks up. So what we like to do is compare them to cockroaches. So if you think of all negative thoughts as cockroaches, so if you were in your home and you saw a very small cockroach, just one, you wouldn't go, oh, well, it's just one. Right? It's only little. You would do something to sort it out, right? Because you know that if there's one, there's going to be more. It's going to bring its family and its friends. And so that's the way you want to see negative thoughts. So as one of my gateway thoughts, an example was, I don't know what to do. So I would say that a lot. And so I would catch myself saying, I don't know what to do. And the problem with that is I don't know what to do. And then my brain would go along that route. I don't know what to do. Should I do this? Well, I can't do that. And so it would snowball. And so instead, I caught myself thinking, I don't know what to do. And I would stop and I'd go and I'd switch it right then. So I'd catch that first cockroach. I do know what to do. I always know what to do is what I would switch it to, even though I really didn't know what to do. And I used to say it out loud to make it extra, extra strong. So I catch myself going, I don't know what to do. And I go, no, I do know what to do. I always know what to do, even though that in that moment, that was a lie. I said it anyway, because it switches gears in your brain straight away, even if it's not true. So other examples of gateway thoughts are, perhaps, oh, I don't know what's going to happen, or why did I do that? Or why do I always, or why can't I? So all those thoughts that seem so innocent on their own, be assured, remind yourself that they are connected to others and they will bring them all in. They will lead to others. So practice being aware and catching yourself in the moment and correcting it, even if it's not really true in the moment, because it's not about, like I was saying yesterday with destination, it's just, if you think I want to go to Texas, but I'm not there now. Well, that doesn't mean you still don't put your mind there and you go there. So I don't know what to do. That's true, but I want to be in a place where I do know what to do. So that's what I'm going to say and assume right now. So hopefully that clarifies. And
I would just add a couple of words. My experience is in doing this. I did something similar. However, I also there was negativity there. So I just want to distinguish between having the awareness of the thought, catching yourself, or catching that little negative thought as it's arising, more with the attitude of keeping your eye on a puppy. If you're house training a puppy, it's like, I caught you. Yeah. So that need to be gentle. Nobody likes anybody that beats a puppy. So if you can think about catching that negative thought, it's like, oh, I see you there, as opposed to, beating yourself up, which is what I did for several years. It's like, oh, so you're in that place of struggle. So being aware and not allowing yourself, or not stepping into that state of struggle, because that state of struggle, that fighting it, is also putting you on the fight, flight, freeze stress response scale. So just that, I would just add, see if you can do it with a bit of compassion for yourself as you're doing that.
Yes, thank you so much, Stephen. Thank you for reminding me, us as well of that, the puppy training thing, because that's such a great analogy. So,
well, when you use the cockroach analogy, I have different references for how I feel about cockroaches. If I think about puppies, it's like, oh, it's a puppy.
That's true. That's a very good point. Yes. So the analogy with the puppy then is, if you're house training a puppy, as far as that catching it in the moment, the gateway thoughts, is you don't wait for the puppy to pee on the floor. You watch the puppy, like Steve said, and as soon as the puppy looks like he's going to pee, then you pick him up and put him outside. And gently, and just consistency. That's where the analogy is good as well, where you don't want to sometimes let the puppy pee on the carpet and other times take him outside. You want to make sure that you're taking him outside every time, so that his little brain makes that connection between peeing and being outside, and eventually then he goes outside on his own when he needs to pee. And our brains are the same. The more you catch yourself and switch, make those changes patiently and consistently as you would with a puppy, then eventually your own brain will be doing that, because you've established those new links and it becomes automatic and unconscious. So that is a wonderful analogy. And that's a fantastic phrase that Steve came up with a while ago, is no one likes someone who beats a puppy. And it's a great phrase to have in your head for when you're hard on yourself. Don't beat the puppy. Okay, be kind and compassionate and consistent. So thank you, Steve, for that as well.